Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to our presentation. For our presentation today, we are going to present about Tyco Fraud. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, let me introduce myself first, and then each of my team members will introduce themselves. Hi, my name is Noor Syahirah binti Azizey. My matrix number is UDE 200071 and I am a group leader.
Hi, my name is HANIS FARINA binti ZAINUDIN. My metric number is UDE 200025.
Hi, my name is MAISARA AISYAH binti MUHAMAD and my metric number is UDE 20035.
Hi, my name is MIRZA. My matrix number is 200055.
Hi, my name is Muhammad NAQIB bin Muhammad ZAID and my matric number is UDE 20056.
Hello, my name is Noor binti AZLAN and my matrix number is UDE 20069.
All right, thank you, Ms. FADLIN. So now, ladies and gentlemen, our presentation will start now. So this is our table of contents, which is we have 1.0 introduction, 2.0 effect on negative and positive that Tyco companies face from the fraud, 3.0 three component of internal control activities to avoid fraud, 4.0 what happened to the Tyco company in the present time, 5.0 conclusion, and last but not the least, final exam component. Okay, this is our introduction for Tyco company. 1.1, name of the company, Tyco International Ltd. Ltd means limited private company. 1.2, location of the company located in Waltham, Massachusetts. 1.3, nature of business and industry. Tyco International Ltd is a diversified manufacturing and service company with 5 main operating groups. The 5 main operating groups are as follows. Number 1, Tyco Fire and Security. Number 2, Tyco Electronic. Number 3, Tyco Healthcare. Number 4, Tyco Engineered Product and Services. Number 5, Tyco Plastic and Adhesive. Next, 1.4, Tyco background. Tyco International has operation in 100 countries and claims to be the world's largest maker and servicer of electrical and electronic components, the largest designer and maker of undersea telecommunication system, the largest maker of fire protection system and electronic security service, the largest maker of specialty valve, and a major player in the disposable medical products, plastic. Besides that, Edward Bering, who replaced Kolaski, removed 9 members of Tyco's international board and adhesive market. In 1986, Tyco have claimed over 40 major acquisitions as well as many minor acquisitions. 1.5, how the fraud actually happened in Tyco company. So this is the solution. According to the Tyco Fraud Information Center, an internal investigation concluded that there were accounting errors, but there was no systematic fraud problem at Tyco. So, what did happen? Tyco former CEO Dennis Kolaski, former CFO Matt Swartz, and former General Counsel Mark Bennett were accused of giving themselves interest-free or very low interest loans, sometimes digest as bonus, that they were never approved by the Tyco board or repaid. Some of the loans were part of a key employee loan program the company offered. They were also accused of selling their company stock without telling investors, which a requirement under SEC rules. Kolaski, Swartz, and Belnick stole $600 million from Tyco International through their unapproved bonus, loans, and extravagant company spending. Not just that. Remove of 6,000 shower curtain, 2,000 trash can, and a $2 million birthday party for Kolaski's wife in Italy are just a few examples of the misuse of company funds. Subsequent to that, as many as 40 Tyco executives took loans that were later forgiven as part of Tyco Loans Forgiveness Program, although it was said that many did not know they were doing anything wrong. Hush money was also paid to those the company feared would rat out Kolaski. Essentially, they conceal their illegal action by keeping them out of the accounting books and away from the eyes of shareholders and board members. Okay, so now I will move to Ms. MAISARA part.
Thank you to Ms. Azreen. Now
Welcome.
I want to present 2.0 effect on negative and positive that Tyco companies face from the fraud. For 2.1 negative effect, first, Tyco business performs decline and investor lost confidence in the company. Second, Tyco also decrease in tolerance to today's government and investor have the misconduct in any form. As an event, members of Tyco's board of directors face consequences for their unethical behavior. Third, the employees or worker might suffer from job loss and cannot perform day-to-day activities. For 2.2, positive effect. First happen when too much company power is put into the hands of an individual, it can lead to a decentralized corporate structure that makes it difficult to detect misconduct. Second, large numbers of investors with strong financial, operational, and background have invested in the company. Now, proceed to the Ms. FADLIN.
Okay, thank you, Miss MAISARA. So now I will explain on how the three components of internal control activities that to avoid the fraud are as follows. First, the company can use a system of check and balances to ensure that no one person has control over all the parts of a financial transaction, such as the company can require the purchases, payroll, and disbursement to be authorized by a designated person. The second one, it can separate the handling such as the receipt and deposit function from recording the keeping function like recording the transaction and reconciling the account. And the company also can ensure that the same person isn't authorized to write and also at the same time sign a check. Okay, so the next one, the company can reconcile the agency bank accounts every month, such as the company can require the reconciliation to be completed by an independent person who doesn't have bookkeeping responsibilities or check the signing responsibilities or require the supervisor review of the reconciliation. Okay, so the last one is provide the board of directors oversight of agency operations and management. This can happen like the company can monitor the agency financial activity on a regular basis, such as comparing the actual to budgeted revenues and expenses. And next one, it can also require an explanation of any significant variations from the budgeted amount. So that's all from me about the how to control the fraud. So next, I pass to Mr. NAQIB.
Thank you to Ms. Fadlin. So now we proceed with 4.0, which is what happened to the Tyco company in the present time. Now we talk about Tyco grew up of a torture history. In the present time, Tyco controls decision to structure its takeover of Tyco International as a so-called tax inversion, which is likely to ensure that controversy stops the once mighty conglomerate right to the end. Johnson Control is known as a global diversified technology and multi-industrial leader, serving a wide range of customers in more than 150 countries like China, USA, and Ireland. On January 25, 2016, Johnson Control announced it will merge with Tyco, and all businesses of Tyco and Johnson Control would be combined under Tyco International PLC to be renamed as Johnson Control International. The merger between these two companies was completed on September 9, 2016. Now I will pass it to Mr. HAZIQ.
Thank you, Mr. NAQIB. I will continue to what happened the key accessibilities, a control file security, house solutions, and energy storage, including large institutions, commercial, retail, industrial, small business, and residential. Next, the present-day Tyco is mere shadow of the diverse engineering group that sprung to prominence in the 1990s as it expanded under an aggressive acquisition strategy overseen by then Chief Executive Denis Kozlovsky. I will pass the next slide to Ms. Hanis.
Okay, thank you, Mr. HAZIQ. So the conclusion is we can conclude after discovering and going through all of the sources, it has popped up very recently that Tyco International had been having unethical business practice, mainly CEO Denis Kozlowski, that is involved in questionable financial transaction that have been now no longer covered within inside the company financial report. This case illustrates that the involvement of Kozlowski and other employees become a primary element that contributed to the Tyco scandal. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, the government uses a lot of tax money for prosecution in the case of fraud involving large entities like Tyco. In fact, many families struggle if the company needs to shut down and workers lose their job. The cost of this qualitative case take a look at turn into to discover the technique enterprise manager used to reinforce internal control system. Internal control system as an imperative a part of the business operational plan can be the purpose of a few group are ahead even as others are not. Also, business most business have failed to maximize the inherent advantage of having efficient internal control system. Unlike the other companies that were crumbled by white-collar crime, especially Enron and WorldCom, but Tyco survived and prospered in the early 2000s. Moreover, until today, the Tyco company employed more than 57,000 employees. Also, as a show of good faith and effort to restore the confidence in the company, Tyco has spent the past several months replacing in stock board member. I will pass it to Mrs. Azreen for the next part.
Thank you, Ms. Hanis, for great explanation. Okay, now this is the 6.0 our final exam component. And this is our references. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for your valuable support and thank you for your listening and effort. Thank you to our panel too and have a nice day.
You're welcome.
All right.